It's Sunday morning, May 31st, 2020. Yesterday when I finished my business in Pine, Arizona, I traveled just a short distance into the surrounding mountains. And right off the bat, I found this exquisite dispersed campsite at around 7,000 feet. It's very serene, it's surrounded by pines, yet it's just a short drive from town and it feels very secluded and very unspoiled. This spot is a wonderful start to the new week. Speaking of the new week, my goal is to cover some ground. I want to travel a little bit farther into northeast Arizona, sort of working my way toward the Rocky Mountains. But first, on Monday, I did in fact make an appointment for the Jeep at Summit in Prescott, Arizona. Summit is one of my trusted shops, so I want to have them look things over before I travel too far from the area. Yes, combo number 4, Crunchwrap Supreme.
Okay, what's the drink with the combo today?
Baja Blast, please.
Okay.
Got it.
You
Cool.
have a good day, sir.
Thank you, you do the same. It is hot out. It was considerably cooler in Pine, and even Pine was close to 90 degrees. But I think here we're 100 degrees, 105 degrees Fahrenheit. To air down, I prefer pen gauge and core pooler. And I've probably been using these very same tools for a decade now. I even have an ARB deflator, but I never use it. While I'm airing down, the valve core stays pinched between my thumb and my forefinger, and I've never ever lost one. Just like that. Since I have my appointment in Prescott tomorrow, I am positioning myself in Prescott National Forest just east of town. So it'll probably take 45 minutes to an hour to get to the shop in the morning, but this is a good forest area to find some dispersed camping. Now what I don't think I'm going to find is shade, and I hope that I'm wrong because it is hot out, and I could really go for some more tree cover like I had this morning. An interesting old mining site. There's not much left except for a lot of rust and some concrete foundations. I've reached the end of the forest road, and it's not a dead end that I'm particularly thrilled about. It terminates at private property. There's a locked gate here, and there's not even a track beyond the gate, so it's completely impassable. I have to backtrack about 5 miles, and while that doesn't sound so bad, it is a technical 2-track, so I'm moving at a very low speed crawl. It'll probably take me at least an hour or two just to get to new track and continue on. It is 3:15 p.m., so I better get going. I am pretty sure that there is a public road within eyeshot just a quarter mile away. Figures. That's how it goes down sometimes. Well, I backtracked and I found this acceptable campsite not too far from the road, so I'm going for utility and convenience tonight. It's not a nice campsite. There are a couple fire rings, but it's really just a spur off the forest road, and there's a lot of trash and junk around. But nevertheless, I can tell that it's really low traffic, and all I really want to do is get some shut-eye tonight, and then I'm going into Prescott. So for tonight, this will do just fine.
Certainly welcome, sir. If there's anything else I can do to assist you while you're staying, or to make your stay more pleasurable.
We'll let them document it. That would be cool.
It's Monday morning, June 1st, 2020, and I'm in downtown Prescott, Arizona. I'm already all finished up at Summit 4x4. Jesse Clark looked it over, retorqued the suspension, lube, oil change, new filter, and gave the Jeep a clean bill of health. So I'm good to go. A huge thank you to the guys at Summit, because when I'm in the area, they're always there for me, and they quite literally keep the wheels turning. Next order of business, while I'm in town, I'm going to get lunch with a good friend, and then after that, I need to go on a supply run, and by the end of the day, I should be heading toward the mountains. It's 2 p.m. and I'm in the mountains near Jerome, Arizona. I want to check out Jerome, but not enough time left today. Today I'm going to focus on finding a place to camp. I'll probably head into town tomorrow morning. I did not air down yet, and it makes all the difference in comfort. I've been airing up and airing down so often that I'm just like, I'm just going to go with it. But I don't know, I think I should air down. This is a great track, but got a little bit overgrown at the higher elevations. I popped the camper on a ridge tonight, and there's a phenomenal view, but I am very exposed. The wind is up right now, but I checked the weather forecast, and it is supposed to die down around midnight, and then in the morning when the sun comes up, it should be pretty calm. Tomorrow I'm going to break camp pretty early and head into Jerome, Arizona, which is only about a half dozen miles away. And then after that, I'm going to pound pavement for a while and keep making my way toward the mountains. Alright, I'm in the historic mining town of Jerome, Arizona, and I'm kicking things off with a coffee and a cinnamon roll, which looks pretty amazing, but the kind of amazing that you regret immediately thereafter. It's Monday night, June 8th, 2020, and I'm all settled in for the night in the Jeep. I have a bit of a time gap to fill in since I left Jerome, Arizona, which was almost a week ago now. But so far in this episode, I started in Pine, Arizona. From Pine, I went to Prescott. From Prescott to Jerome. After Jerome, I drove northeast to Grants, New Mexico. From Grants, New Mexico, I went up into Durango, Colorado. And then from Durango, I went to Colorado Springs, Woodland Park, and now I'm in San Isabel National Forest, south of Buena Vista, Colorado. So I covered some ground, to say the least, and it has been quite a scenery change. I've been looking forward to getting back into the Rocky Mountains all year, and as you saw from the footage today, it's just stunning. Although today's route was a dead end, it was a really interesting track about 6 miles long. It was dotted with great primitive campsites, one of which I'm at now, and it terminated at a snowdrift at about 12,200 feet. So dead end or not, the view at 12,000 feet is well worth the drive. Tuesday morning, June 9th. I knew there was a chance of precipitation last night, but still a little bit surprised to see accumulation this morning. Although I know I shouldn't be because I am at a very high elevation and this is the mountains. I think it's going to be a little bit chilly today, but after the sun comes out, this should thaw pretty quickly. It's Wednesday morning, June 10th. I didn't do any recording yesterday except in the morning when it snowed. And then yesterday I sat in the back of the Jeep and edited video all day while waiting for the snow to thaw. Today the snow is gone and I'm working my way up the mountain. When I get as far as I can go in the Jeep, I'm going to park it and continue on foot. We walk from here. $13,000 and climbing. I have to be cool and take my time because I'm absolutely not used to this altitude. I have to be realistic. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the summit. I'm good for a strenuous hike, but I've never hiked at this elevation before. Probably have 3/4 of a mile to go to the summit. We'll see. there's a Jeep. Take your time. There's two guys in front of me. One person coming down, and I believe two more at the top. I did it! I really had my doubts, but I made it to the top. Mount Antero, 14,265 feet. This is my first 14er, and of course I managed to drive 3/4 of the way up, but it is no less amazing, and I'm glad because I don't think I would have been able to hike the whole distance. It's Thursday morning and I'm out of the mountains. I'm in the preserved ghost town of St. Elmo, Colorado. There's a working general store here with a lot of antiques, a bunch of historic structures, a bed and breakfast, and a smattering of private residences. Not to mention there's forest roads that branch off in every direction. It's a stone's throw from Mount Antero, which I summited yesterday, and also the gateway to Tin Cup Pass. Alright, Thursday, June 11th, 2020, and I'm going to call that a wrap. It's been a long couple weeks and I covered a lot of ground, so I have a lot of footage to edit. I'm going to try to get an early start today. But as always, I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you enjoyed this adventure in Arizona and Colorado, and thank you for following along.